Welcome to Tips and Tricks from Twin Busch. I'll show you the important lubrication points on the S3.5-10E, which should be greased regularly with multi-purpose grease. These are mainly the joints where the axles and bolts go through. What you need for this is a push-type grease gun with a pointed tip. There are special grease nipples installed on the lifts which can only be greased with such a pointed tip. We raise the lift up to the highest position for this. Ultimately, all joints, where an axle turns or anything moves, must be greased. In detail, so-called funnel grease nipples can be found everywhere at the concerned positions, where, as mentioned, you need this push-type grease gun with pointed tip. This means that there's a small ball which blocks the lubrication hole. The push-type grease gun with pointed tip is set there. Then pump until you see the grease coming out of the joint. Exactly. You can also hear it. Practically everything that turns and moves will be greased. Use the push-type grease gun wherever you see an axle with such a grease nipple. You can find them at the bottom as well, on the pivot point of the tube, here and here. Then there's a conventional grease nipple on the cylinder axle above. Then there are also the grease nipples on the upper area where the steel tubes slide under the platform. A piece of advice about the lower plastic gliders which slide along the base frame. This area can be greased. However, if it's greased, dirt is also collected in this area. As a rule, we always recommend the Great G-Tronic Smelter Spray here. We have good experiences with it. Simply spray on this area below. Get closer. This takes care of the plastic gliders below. Then the pivot point can also be sprayed. The lift is pre-greased at the factory, but it can be greased again in regular intervals so that everything can turn, slide, and move well.
Schön dreht, flutscht und bewegen kann.